Family, how's it going? Kyle Henderson talking some Alabama softball today as we have the SEC softball championship game between Alabama, 49-6 overall, taking on the Texas Longhorns, 41-10. During today's broadcast, we'll give you play-by-play action. The game is on ESPN. Go ahead and watch it with us. We enjoy you being inside the comment box, being active. I hope you guys are having a really good weekend. This should be a phenomenal game. I would imagine that whichever team wins the SEC championship game is the number one seed in the softball tournament, and which is clearly big news. So the game is about to begin, and that is on ESPN. Now, a couple notes for the Alabama Crimson Tide, and thank you very much for being here today on our special broadcast, as this is my first time covering a softball game, okay? But let's look at the numbers for the Alabama Crimson Tide, and of course led by Patrick Murphy, who's in his 28th season as the head softball coach at the University of Alabama. Does such an amazing job. Over to the left, you see that Alabama is 49-6 on the season. They are 28-2 in beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama, 14-4 away, and 7-0 in neutral site games. Now, they did take on Texas earlier in the year, a game that was split between Texas and Alabama. Texas winning 9-1 and Alabama winning 11-4. Now, Alabama can absolutely crush. You look at kind of the home run leaders. Here's three of them on the board right here. Brooke Wells with 22 on the season, Alexis Pupillo with 16, and then Anna Roman with 12. Today on the mound will be Jocelyn Brisky, who is 21-1 this season, fantastic. And then yesterday in Alabama's victory in the semifinals was Moten Vick, who is 19-4, and then Caitlin Palazzi is also 8-0 on the season. So Alabama softball, I mean, we don't get to cover it a lot just because I'm a one-man operation, but clearly you see what they've been able to do this year. Fantastic squad, and this should be one great matchup with Alabama taking on Texas. I think we got a lineup for the Alabama Crimson Tide, and at second base it'll be Jenna Young, who has an average of .331 on the season. Brooke Wells will be first base. She has an average of .412, and then Alexis Pupillo at that 3 spot. She is .404 on the season. In right field and batting fourth, it'll be Anna Roman, who is .326 on the year, and then Marley Giles at catcher, .338. Infield will be Audrey Vandergriff, .314 on the season. Third baseman, Abry Taylor, .340, and then Celine Hawkins at shortstop, .292, and then Kristen White, who is .328 on the season, and she is center field. And again, on the mound for the Alabama Crimson Tide, Jocelyn Brisky, 21-1 on the season, between 53 and 70 miles per hour. She has input 136 innings this season, and let's see, her ERA is a ridiculous 1.38. For the Texas Longhorns, you have Tegan Cavan, who is, let's see, 21-4 on the season, and her ERA is 1.1. So I don't know what the total for this game is, but away we go, and you have Texas at the batter's box, and it'll be Stewart batting for Texas, and away we go. Thanks again for joining us. This is the first ever broadcast. Hit is popped up, and it looks like it's going to be taken care of by the shortstop, and that's one out for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Nice little pickup right there by Hawkins, and that's one out. One pitch right in the air, and next up you got Katie Stewart. And thank you very much. This is my first game covering softball. We did basketball, we did hockey. It's fun to do. We'll have an interactive scoreboard, and you'll get the hang of it. Here's the pitch. Second batter, and that's going to be inside for a ball. 1-0 is the count. Brisky's been fantastic this year. I mean, her numbers have been absolutely stellar. Second pitch is going to be fouled away, and the count is 1-1. Appreciate y'all being here. Thank you so much again for joining us on this SEC Softball Saturday. Let me know where you're watching from inside the comment box. This should be fun today as we cover Texas and Alabama. Katie Stewart at bat for Texas. Here's the pitch, 1-1. Shot is, it's going to be a single to right. Nice hit right there by Stewart. Just basically a C-nice single over to the right side of the field. And Texas is going to have one on first, one out. Really good hit right there by Katie Stewart. Just kind of went with the ball there and away. Drove it right past the first baseman. And that's going to be a single for Texas. What's up, fam? How you guys doing today? You guys doing all right? This should be a hell of a game, by the way. Pitches in, and at bat for Texas is we're going to have Viviana Martinez. All right, so Texas has a runner on first, one out. Here's the pitch from Brisky. It's going to be high. They're going to call it a strike. Like it. Everybody doing okay? Good to see you guys. Herman, what's up, man? Good to see you inside the comm box. Deadly Beast, what's going on? Mike, appreciate you joining us from Choctaw. 0-2 is the count. Here's the pitch. It's going to be fouled away. Good pitch right there by Brisky. That was 70 miles an hour. Yo, I can't even imagine trying to, I was thinking about it. Could you think you could hit something off the mound from Brisky? The answer is absolutely not, right? Here's the pitch. 0-2 is the count. It's going to be fouled away once again. Good job by Martinez staying alive. 0-2 is the count. Wow, she has the lowest strikeout rate in the SEC, just 4%. Jeez, that's crazy. All right, 0-2 is the count. Texas has runner on first. You can see on our interactive scoreboard, pitches outside, and that's going to be a ball. 1-2 is the count. It's an off-speed pitch that was 60 miles per hour by Brisky. I like this. I like softball. Calling softball is our first time. We'll see how it goes. 1-2 is the count, and here's the pitch. Brisky up and away. It's going to be fielded by the second baseman. That's going to be an out, but the runner does advance to second. I like how that looks on the scoreboard. And 2 outs for the Longhorns. Martinez is able to move the runner, which is Stewart, over to second. And now at the bat is Good. Here's the pitch by Brisky. It's going to be inside. And that's going to be a ball. Good has, 11 home runs this season and 37 RBIs. We have a runner at second base. Brisky on the mound. Brisky's thrown 11 pitches. Here's the pitch inside. And not going to get the call. 2-0 is the count. How you guys doing? Where are you guys watching from inside the comment box? Who do you think wins? What does the poll say? 94% says Alabama. 2-0 is the count. Here's the 13th pitch by Brisky. And that's got to be inside for sure. That's a strike. 2-1 is the count. Runner on second base. Yo, Tate Tag, what's up? Good to see you. Cody, what's going on? Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Brisky still on the mound. 2-1 is the count. 2 outs. Pitch is low. That's going to be another ball. 3-1 is now the count. Big pitch right here for Brisky. Runner on second. 3-1 is the count. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Popped up to left field, and that's going to be handled by the second baseman, and that is going to end the side. So Texas able to come away with 1 hit. We'll add that to the scoreboard. 1 hit off, I think it was 12 pitches. No damage done. And next up, the Alabama Crimson Tide. In the batting order, you got Young, Wells, Pupillo, Roman for the Crimson Tide. Bottom of the first, 0-0 is your score. We got a good one starting off here for the SEC title game. You guys doing all right? Yeah, on commercial break. Looks like let's give some fan shout outs. Where are you guys watching from? Why doesn't everybody post where you all are watching from? And I'll give you a shout out on the screen. It looks like we have Wesley coming to us from Detroit. We have Young C watching from Troy, Alabama, from my dad's house. What's up? Appreciate you being here. Eric Tanner, man, what's up? Appreciate you being here from Wichita. We got Cody. I know where Cody's from. Cody's coming to us from Crestview. We got Herman coming to us from College Station. Thank you so much. We got Mike. Mike, we know where you're at. You're down in Choctaw. What's going on? Thank you very much. We got Bruce Williams. Bruce, good to see you, man. I think you're up in what? Is it Indiana, right? Jake, what's going on, man? Appreciate you being here as well. And Wild Woods, thank you so much for joining us inside the comment box. Yeah, I like softball. You know, I grew up around all sorts of sports. I mean, my father coached women's volleyball in New Mexico and had some very successful teams. He was able to get to the state championship game twice. It was smaller division, but his volleyball teams were absolutely stacked. Smiley's coming to us from Muscle Shoals. What's going on? We have Hazel Green, Alabama. Good to see you. Clubhouse, what's up? Appreciate you. And so I played baseball. I played all sports, really. Right now, at this point, at this kind of season of my life, I'm doing a lot of golf, as I've said. As I don't play all the time, but I try to get out there, right? But, I mean, the women's softball, and if I don't cover a sport, it's not like any disrespect to sport. It's just literally I'm just one person. I mean, it takes me long enough throughout the day just to prep for one show. On the mound for Texas, a fantastic pitcher, Tegan Caven. Tegan Caven is fantastic. She's on the season, she's 21-4 for Texas. And her ERA, what is it, 2.7? Wow, that's remarkable. Up at the plate for the Tide is we have Young at the plate. And count right now, at least on my TV, is 0-2. Jenna Young, second baseman. 0-2 the count. Tegan Caven on the mound for Texas. Here's the pitch. 0-2 is the count. Up and away. That's going to be a ball. 1-2 is the count. Hey, Mark, what's going on? Appreciate you being here from Cedar Bluff. What's up, man? Appreciate you. Yeah, daggers down. Yeah, Alabama baseball just beat South Carolina. Yeah, thanks for informing us. I was prepping for the show. 2-2 is the count. Jenna Young up at the plate. Patrick Murphy calling out the signals in his 28th year coaching the Tide, which is just remarkable. 2-2 is the count. Caven, here's the pitch. Wow, already getting to 5 pitches within the first batter. You want to drive that pitch count up, right? Good eye right there, and it's full count. 3-2 to Jenna Young, who's leading off for the Alabama Crimson Tide, Alabama's second baseman. Here's the crucial pitch. 3-2 is the count. It's going to be fouled away by Young. Already up to 6 pitches, right, for Caven. 3-2 is the count. Jenna Young at the plate. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. This is the SEC title game between Texas and Alabama. 0-0 is the score in the bottom of the first. And that is a strikeout with some heat from Caven. 71 miles an hour, and that is a strikeout. Again, on the season, she has now 197 strikeouts for the Longhorns. And she beat Alabama earlier in the season when the two teams did play and they did split. Yeah. So strikeout for Caven. And thanks again for you guys rolling through. One another count for Wells. Debu, what's up, man? Good to see you. Brooke Wells now at the plate out of Round Rock, Texas. 1-0 is the count. Second pitch is going to be hit to the third baseman. Cleanly fielded. It throws over to first, and that's going to be the second out of this game for the Longhorns. That's 2 down quickly for the Crimson Tide. Caven has retired 2 in 9 pitches. Man, these softball games move fast, right? You see, wow, oh, they have a different ERA. Oh, that's the last 8 appearances. Her last 8 appearances are 1.8 for the ERA. First pitch is up high, and that's going to be a ball. 1-0 is the count. Alexis Pupillo now for the Crimson Tide. The second pitch incoming is going to be the 11th pitch of the inning, and that looks to be a strike. 70 miles an hour from Caven. That's some heat for sure. 1-1. Pupillo at the plate. No one on for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Here's the pitch outside, low, and that's going to be a ball. 2-1 is the count for Pupillo. Here's the pitch. That's the gas up top, and you're not going to catch that. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Caven versus Pupillo. 14th pitch incoming. 2 down for the Tide. Caven with the next pitch, and it's going to be low, and that's going to be a ball, which brings it to full count, 3-2. This would be the second time that one of the batters has taken it to full count. I like getting the pitch count high on Caven, right? 14 pitches already. This is the 15th pitch in the first inning for Caven. 3-2 is the count. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be hit to right, and that is deep, and that is gone. Huge home run for Pupillo. Oh, my goodness. Monster shot. My goodness. That was gone by a mile. Pupillo goes deep on Caven. The exit velocity, they say, is 82 miles an hour. The distance, 278. Pupillo going deep in the first with a monster shot. Type in Roll Tide inside the comment box. Yo, my goodness, that was an absolute rocket ship. 1-0 is the call. Wow. My goodness, that was an absolute blast. 278 miles an hour out. Wow, that was crazy. 89 home runs this year for Alabama. Big hit right there by Pupillo. That was an absolute blast. 1-0 is the score in the SEC championship game after Pupillo blasts one to deep right. Shoot, man, that was crazy. 0-2 is the count right now. Fouled away at the plate is Roman. Anna Roman out of Florida up at the plate. And here's the pitch, and just going to swing, and that's going to be a strikeout. So 2 strikeouts there for Caven, but Alabama comes away landing a blow, and that was a deep shot to right field with Pupillo hitting a 278-foot blast to put Alabama up on Texas by a score of 1-0 in the first. You're watching the SEC watch-along right here on Bama Football on YouTube, the special broadcast. Yo, that was crazy. They're on a commercial break, by the way. Man, did you see that? Man, it looks like only James Love saw that. I only got 1 Roll Tide inside the comment box. Sat on it, blasted. Man, that was impressive. So Alabama comes away with a hit, which is a home run. And, this team has hit, 86 home runs this year? So Alexis Pupillo goes deep, 1 of 1 on the day with the absolute monster shot. See if Texas can do anything on the other side as we go into the second inning. Yeah, thanks for being here today. We got the scoreboard running up top. One zero is the score. Is the scoreboard okay? Can everybody see it cleanly? All right, this is the scoreboard. Oh, man. Angel, what's up, bro? Good to see you, man. I know you're a huge fan of the baseball team. I saw they just beat South Carolina, right? Oh. Yeah, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys chiming in and saying what's up and joining the program for sure. Thank you. Want to continue to tell you about a sponsor of our broadcast, Prize Picks. Use that promo code, which is HMA, you play $5 in lineups, you get $50 instantly. Definitely check out Prize Picks. Really great interface, easy to use. I think that you guys will certainly enjoy it. So certainly check out Prize Picks. I'll go to the full screen right now just so you can kind of see the interface of Prize Picks and what they have to offer. So Prize Picks, check them out. Appreciate you guys supporting them. What's up, fam? I see you guys down here looking at NFL futures. You got Cam Ward, Jalen Hurts, Jackson Dart, a couple guys we discussed recently. I think an easy one is Cam Ward under that 3,400 yard mark. Back in action, and Brisky retires one, hit to shortstop and quickly retired. So please support Prize Picks. Prize Picks, the best place to win cash while watching sports. Get $50 instantly when you play $5 plus a lineup. Thank you so much for supporting Prize Picks. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. It looks like Brisky just beamed a batter from Texas, which is going to move her to first base. Kind of just like hit her. It hit Wells from Texas, and that's going to advance her to first base. So Texas now with a runner on at first after being hit by a pitch. Brisky fires back. There's one out. There's one runner on first base. And Alyssa Sneed is up for Texas, a true freshman, the Conroe, Texas. Brisky's thrown 20 pitches now, and that pitch is going to be fouled away, and it's going to be 0-2 is the count. One out here in the top of the second. Alabama, if you're just joining us, appreciate you guys being here. Alabama jumped up 1-0 off Alexis Pupillo in the first inning, hitting a crushing shot to right field. Here's the pitch from Pupillo. It's going to be low. That's going to be a ball. Count is going to be 1-2. Appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. Eric Tanner, what's up, man? Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. 1-2 is the count. Here comes Brisky. And that's going to be fouled away. So we're in Lexington, right? I saw, I've never been to Lexington. Alabama's going to go there for football. Second game of the season, right? Here's the pitch. It's going to be fouled away again. 1-2. Texas has one on first, and we have one out. Nice to get a little double play right here. See what can happen. All right, 1-2. Sneed staying alive, and that's going to be a shot right up the center of the field. Crosses the second baseman, and that is going to move the runner. So we have a runner on first and second for Texas here in the top of the second inning. 1-0 Alabama with just one out. This could be an opportunity for the Longhorns to get on the board with just one down. That was a nice hit. That was a nice series right there. I mean, she fouled off like 3 balls before knocking something across the center of the field. That was nice. What a beautiful field that is. All right, here comes Nichols to the plate. Looks like they're going to have a pinch runner who is Taylor Anderson. Is the second, is the pinch runner. That is crazy. We got a pinch runner, and J.C. Nichols comes to the plate. Got a runner on first and second. Only one out. Here's the pitch up high, and that is going to be ball one. J.C. Nichols at the plate, .330 on the season. 2-6 in the SEC tournament. Here's the pitch. Tried to float with it to the left. That's going to be fouled away, and the count is 1-1. First game calling softball. Actually, first game calling baseball ever. So I appreciate the grace inside the comment box, right? Just having fun with it. Goes down for a bunt, and that is going to be a foul tip, and now the count is going to be 1-2. going to be an inside pitch. Really good pitch right there by Brisky, and that looked like to be fouled away as well. Here's a pitch from Brisky. Count is 1-2. It's going to be fouled away again. Wow, good at bat right here. Stay alive. Runners on first and second. Nichols at the plate. Here's the pitch by Brisky. That's high. Good eye. 2-2 is the count. Runners on first and second. Good at bat right here. Yo, Brisky's already thrown 30. I don't know how many pitches that these girls throw, but 30 seems like a lot for just the top of the second inning. All right, here's the next pitch. That's going to be hit. It's going to be handled by the second baseman. That's going to be one out, but runners advance to second and third. So call that a sacrifice, right? A second baseman made the play. I don't know what the official is discussing right here. Hey, JB, what's up, man? Good to see you inside the comment box. Thanks for being here. Texas challenge, and the call on the field is, wow, they're going to challenge. Yo, she was safe. Wow, she was safe. What a challenge. So Texas is challenging the call, and Nichols beat the throw. So Texas is going to have bases juiced and only one out. Wow, talk about a turning moment early on in this game. Now they have to capitalize, right? Puts Brisky in a tough spot. I mean, 2 outs and, man, on second and third is a lot different than 1 out and 3 on, right? So bases are juiced with only 1 out. Nichols makes the play at first, beats the throw, and Texas's call stands up. Yo, Eric, what's up, man? Appreciate it. So bases are juiced, 1 out, and Brisky's got to get out of this hole right here. Needs some defense to step up. At bat is a pinch hitter, which will be Hunter for Texas, who has a batting average of just 190. Victoria Hunter approaches the plate. It's a good opportunity for Brisky to get a crucial out right here. Yeah, I appreciate it, Eric. Thanks, man. Thanks for being here. There's the pitch, and it's fouled away by Victoria Hunter. 190 batting average, 1 home run on the season, on base, 2 RBIs. Here's the pitch. 0-1 is the count. And that's going to be hit up the middle. Second baseman knocks it down. Run's going to score. And all runners advance. Wow. I mean, second baseman knocked it down. I mean, it was kind of hitting a decent spot where you couldn't really, I guess, turn it out, right? What are you going to do right there? Maybe she could have filled it cleanly. I don't know. Let's see. Knocked it down. I don't know if you give her an error on that. But it's going to be 1-1. Texas capitalizes. And the score is 1-1. The bases are still juiced, and there's still 1 out. Wow. So you put in a pinch hitter, pays off, move the runner. I mean, things cooking for Texas right now, and looks like the pitching coach is out to talk to Brisky. Brisky's already thrown 34, and they have Vic Morton already warming up in the bullpen. Wow, that would be crazy if they're able to knock out Brisky here in the second inning, right? But Moten is already warming up. I mean, they just showed her on TV. This is our ace pitcher, though. Caden Henry approaches the plate. She's 3 of 4 this season with the bases juiced with 5 RBIs. She's up 34 pitches already. Here's the pitch. Good strike right there. Good speed as well. 71 miles an hour. 35 pitches in the second inning. Bases are juiced, just 1 out. Henry at the plate. Here's the pitch. Fouled away, and it's going to be 1-1. Oh, man. To be compared to anybody, oh, it's all good, dog. 0-2 is the count. Brisky fires away. They're going to check the third base umpire, and they're going to say that she did not swing. So that's going to be 1-2 is the count. Base is still juiced. There's the pitch. It's going to be hit, handled by the shortstop. Tries to make a play. Looks like she pulled off the bag, and that's going to be another score for Texas. Great play made by the shortstop, but she's just unable to get the throw over to third base in time. And Texas will score another run, which puts them up 2-1 in the top of the second. She looked like she got pulled off the bag. This could be interesting. Let's see. Because it is a force right here. Yo, she's out. That's an out. Now, she got pulled off the bag after. I mean, that's definitely an out to me. Absolutely, that's a forced call. She caught it right there. She should be out. It should be a run that was scored. But she's out at third base. Yeah. She got pulled away thereafter, but I mean, it's a force. She don't have to be there. Let's see what the call is. They know it's an out right there. Yeah, Coach Murphy doesn't look like he's sweating it. 2-1. Top of the first. We're on a coach's challenge right now. Out. Yeah, she's out. Yeah, she's out. Told you. All right, so that's going to be out. So you're going to have a runner on first and second. You're going to have 2 outs. A run does score, which still makes it 2-1. But much better position for Alabama. Now you just kind of get out and you get to the next inning, right? Make another good defensive play. And Bama has made 2 good plays at short and at second, just knocking down the ball. Just couldn't get the outs. Here's the pitch from Brisky. That's going to be a strike. Good momentum right there. Fromm has the multi-view screen going with Xbox, Kyle, and YouTube TV. Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, that sounds legit. The multi-box, man. Here's the second pitch, 0-1. It's going to be fouled away to the left. 0-1 turns to 0-2. 42 pitches for Brisky. Runners on first and second. 2-1. Texas has scored 2 in this inning. Texas has 4 hits off Brisky in 2 innings. Here's the pitch. See if we can get out of here. And it is high. That's going to be 1-2. Yeah, thanks for being here, too. Like I say, a million times over, this is my first time doing a lot of these different things. So figured, hey, SEC title game's on. Let's cover it. Here's the pitch. Right down the pipe. They're going to call that a little bit outside, and it's 2-2. Brisky fires away. It's going to be fouled, and 2-2. It's getting exciting with a runner on first and second. Be nice to get out of here and just allow kind of, not a lot of damage because you already scored 1 off that big home run in the first inning by Alexis Pupillo. 2-1, here's the pitch. 2-2 is the count. Fouled off her foot. Ouch. God, there's nothing worse that hurts like ankle pain. If anything ever hits your ankle bone, ouch! Oh my God! That poor, that's the inside of the shin. Do you know how sensitive that bruise, that's pain. The only thing that hurts more than that is if you get a scooter, one of those old school metal scooters, and you turn it around and it hits you on your ankle bone. That's the only worst pain. All right, here's the pitch. Fouled off to the outside. And she's still in pain. Get her some ice. 2-2 is the count. 2 outs. It's been a long top of the inning. Texas has scored 2 off good base running. And some plays that Alabama, really, they made good plays on defense. They just weren't able to get, people retired. They did on one half, but not on second. At second base, rather. First and second, 2-2 is the count. Pitch 47 is fouled. It's going to be hit, rather, way up in the air, and it's going to retire the side. Okay, so a little bit of damage from Texas, right? They get 3 hits that inning. They score 2 runs, but not a lot of damage, right? So 2-1 is the score. We're going into the bottom of the second inning. And if you're just joining us, we're doing a special softball live watch-along for the SEC championship game. Alabama is the home team. I know on the scoreboard the team should probably be reversed, but it's all good. I'll walk you through it. So we are in the bottom of the second. And Alabama got on the scoreboard first with a big home run by Alexis Pupillo. Texas fired back in the top of the second by just moving base runners around, playing, knockdown baseball. So here we are, 2-1. It's been entertaining. I guess things that kind of stand out to me, and I don't watch a lot of softball games. It's just not with my schedule. I'm really busy. Although I would recommend if you've been to like a football game here, I always recommend 2 things when I'm on the broadcast: softball and men's or women's wheelchair basketball. Most entertaining events here in Tuscaloosa outside of a football game. And I know we got baseball. And look, baseball is dope too because their stadium is so amazing. I'm just saying, if you haven't checked out a wheelchair basketball game, it is the most entertaining thing you'll see, I promise you. And they never miss. It is crazy. They shoot. Their field goal percentage is insane. I went one time and I had met one of the wheelchair basketball players. His name is skipping my mind right now. He had 31 points before halftime. It was crazy. But softball, like if you come out of the softball stadium here in Tuscaloosa on campus, you sit right on the action. It's easy to park at. If you can survive walking up that hill, you're gravy. All right, so bottom of the second inning, Texas leads 2-1. And we got Giles coming up for Alabama. Batting average of .388. On the mound for Texas is Tegan Cavan. Yo, look at Pupillo. Yo, Pupillo's diesel. Shoot, no wonder why she's hitting bombs. Man. Ripped up. Staying in the gym. Pitch to Giles is going to be outside. Actually, they're going to call it a strike. 0-1 is the count. Marley Giles, senior out of Clanton. What is Clanton known for inside the comment box? Clanton, what is it known for? Does anybody know what Clanton's known for besides me? Peaches. Millions of peaches. 0-2 is the count. That's going to be a ball. It's going to bring it to 1-2. Peaches for me. Who sings that song? 1-2 is the count. Giles up for the Tide. She's going to swing, miss, and that's another strikeout for Cavan. That's the 3rd strikeout for Cavan so far. Man, she's almost up to 200 strikeouts this season. Woo, man, there's no way you'd be able to hit that. I always kind of wonder, if I was to get like in the batter's box, there'd be no way that you could even see that. All right, next up for the Tide at the plate, we got Vandergriff. 1 out. So came by way of a strikeout. Here's a pitch, and it's going to be another strike. So count is 1-1. Audrey Vandergriff, there you go, out of Georgia. Here's the pitch, 1-1 is the count, and that's going to be another strike. Brings up to 1-2 is the count. Vandergriff at the plate, Cavan throwing gas, and it's going to be 2-2. 2-2 here in Lexington, Kentucky for the SEC Softball Championship. At the plate, Vandergriff trying to get a little rally going for Alabama. Bottom of the second. Pitch is going to be hit to left, and that's just going to be out of play by about 5 feet. Otherwise, it would have been probably a stand-up double. 2-2 remains the count. Cavan at the mound, throwing gas. Let's see what she's got right here. 2-2. This is pitch number 29, and that's going to be a high fastball, and she's out of there. Another strikeout. That's the 4th strikeout of the game for Cavan. Woof. Throwing some gas. I think they said 1.8 ERA in the last 8 games. So, yeah, she's found her stride clearly on the season. She's 21-4. I mean, she throws absolute smoke. 4 strikeouts, 2-1 is the 2-1 is the score, and next up for the Tide is Taylor. Oh and 1 starting off the count. It's going to be outside, and Ambry Taylor takes the ball out of Jasper. 1-1 is the call. Bottom of the second. 2-1 is the score. Texas leads. Here comes the pitch from Cavan. It's going to be inside. Good eye by Taylor. It's 2-1. Softball is being played today in Lexington, Kentucky. Here's the pitch. That's going to be another strike. And it's going to bring the count to 2-2. Missed it. Couldn't catch up with the speed. So 2-2 is the count. Here's the gas, and it's hit to short. Fielded cleanly. Throw is made. Runner is out, and that's going to end the inning. No damage done by Alabama. Cavan gets 2 to go down via strikeout, and Alabama trails Texas 2-1 going into the top of the third. Okay. Appreciate you guys being here once again. Thank you so much. Look, we do a lot of different things on the channel, and I want you guys to know you guys are appreciated. So thanks for rolling through. You can catch us for our regular content, which is covering the Alabama football team, Monday through Friday at 4:30 p.m. Central Time. The drive home with your boy Kyle, or the other 4, which is 4 a.m., and that is Wake Up Bama. All right, so those are the 2 opportunities where you can interact with us, and of course we have news throughout the day. We have a Facebook channel that is rather large. We have an Instagram. We have TikTok. We have all of that. But if you want to just kind of roll through and say what's up, you know where to find me. 4:30 is a great spot. It's been good for us. We've kind of moved to the afternoon portion, and I like the drive home. Yeah, so definitely check it out. We are in the 3rd inning of this game, and we're having some fun. What are you guys' Saturday plans? Anybody hanging out? We went and checked out Live at the Plaza last night. Hey, Mark, what's up, man? Appreciate you being here. Thanks for rolling through. 9050. I like that. The weather in Tuscaloosa has been nice. Today it got a little bit hot because it hasn't rained here in a little bit. But then, the rain came and so did the humidity. We begin the third inning, Texas at bat. Who's doing that? Who's making that charge sound? You hear that? First pitch. Man, she's already up to 50 pitches. With the win, Texas would win their fifth, conference championship, it said. Hit to left field, and that's going to be a nice catch right there. Martinez flies out. So that's 1 out for Alabama. Good job, Brisky, by retiring the first batter of the top of the third inning. And 1 down, 2 to go. Brisky with the pitch. That's going to be outside for a ball. 1-0 is the count. That's going to be hit across second base. Can't get down, and that is going to be another base hit by Good for a single. Just kind of went with it to the outside. They've been hitting on Brisky. What is that, the sixth hit? Is that the fifth or the sixth hit that they have? It's a fifth or sixth hit. 5, yeah, 5 hits. So Texas, 1 out, runner on first. Reese Atwood is at bat. She's 0-1 from earlier today. And 0-1 in the count. That looked like a strike to me. Was that 0-2? Oh, they called that a little bit low. 1-1, runner on first. Brisky with the pitch. Fouled away. And it's going to be 1-2. One and two is the count, and that is fouled away. Again off the ankle bone. Pitch 55 for Brisky. Still throwing smoke. Catcher looked a little bit upset about something. I don't know what it was. She was calling Brisky. Here's the pitch, 1-2. Outside, and that's going to be 2-2. Runner on first, 1 out for Texas. Two and two. Here's the pitch. Atwood at bat. And that is going to be a little bit high, which makes it full count, 3-2. Jarvis says, I'm loving the drive home with Kyle. Would 5:30 be too late to start? I know I'm just one person, but the new time slot always starts when I'm about to get off at 5. So hard to catch a show. What's up, Jarvis? Yeah, man. Shot over to shortstop, and that's going to be another single, and Texas is going to move its runner to first and second. Yeah, Jarvis, dog. I pretty much do anything for you, Jarvis, because you're just like the GOAT. The reason I'm at 4:30 is I want to be able to go kind of warm. It takes about 30 minutes to kind of warm up the show, right? And so by that 5 p.m., I try to have kind of my best content at 5. So I'm going to try to stick with that 4:30 and just see how it goes. And I think it'll be really easy to kind of blend it to a 2-hour show. And especially with my workflow and my work life, you know what I'm saying? So I'm experimenting, but I'll definitely think about it. Because Clubhouse is also thinking about that as well. So 5:30. Yeah, because, and I want that show to be about 2 hours. 1-0 is the count. 2-1, first and second for Texas. Brisky throws another hit off the ankle bone. Man, this is crazy. because I think during the season, that show will go 2 hours easy. You know what I'm saying? So then I'm like 4:30 to like 6:30. And if I was to go to 5, then I'm at 7:30, which isn't necessarily bad. But it just kind of pushes things a little bit back for me, you know? So I don't know. Yeah, I'll think about it for sure. But I'm just kind of experimenting, you know? I think this was my second full week of moving to 4:30, and I think it's been good because I've had more time to show prep, right, for the day. So, yeah, man, always open to feedback. And, of course, man, you've been such a strong supporter, which I really appreciate. And I'm open to all feedback always. Hit out to the outside. That's going to be a foul. It is now 2-1 is the count. Runner on first and second, and there's one out. Man, you know, what is that? Is that the 6th hit? Do they have 6 hits? I think it might be 6. Texas is, yeah. Yeah, that's 6 hits on Brisky. Here's the pitch. It's 2-2. Up and away. 3-2. Oh, of course. Yeah. It's your guys' show. You know, it all has to work, right? There's no way I could please like 100 whatever subscribers that we have, but we do our best. Here's the pitch in the inside. That's going to be fouled off again. This girl has fouled off like 2 pitches on her left leg. Ouch. All right, 3-2 is the call. The count popped up. Should be handled by the third baseman. Little trouble as the third baseman and the catcher run into each other. Wow. Good thing they're okay. Do you see that? Look at this. It pops up and they run. I would think, I don't know. Who calls who off on that? Is that the third baseman? I think that might be the catcher to call off on that. Either way, it's an out. It's 2 outs. We have runners at first and second. Does the third baseman override the catcher? Does the catcher override the third baseman? There's one for you. Where are my baseball heads out? Let me know. How would you guys have it? I thought catcher. Let me know. There's the pitch. That is hit, and that's going to be foul. Ephraim says, turn on the alarm. Yeah. Yeah, the May shows are fun, right? Coming up with stuff in May. All right, here's the pitch. 0-2 is the count. The ball is low, and it's going to be 1-2. Brisky up to 70 pitches now in 3 innings. Texas 6 hits, 2 runs. Runners on first and second. And wow, nearly a wild pitch right there from Brisky, which would have advanced the runners. Good scoop up by the catcher. Count is 2-2. Here comes Murphy. Murphy's coming to the mound. And this inning alone, she's thrown 22 pitches. 13 strikes, 9 balls. Murphy's talking to her, and I think they're going to make the switch. Yeah, he's going to switch her out. Is he? Maybe not. Maybe I'll let her go. Moten's warm, so, I mean, she's ready. She was in the bullpen. Now she's sitting. She didn't look too happy right there. I don't know if she wants to be on the mound or what. I don't know if I'm reading it wrong. Who knows? But Brisky remains in there. Hopefully that's a good decision made by Murphy. This is the second time that they went out to speak with her. It was the pitching coach and then Murphy. And here's the pitch on 2-2, and they're going to be able to get her. And good strikeout right there to end the side. So a couple hits surrendered right there, but no damage done. Score is still 2-1 as we go into the bottom half of the third inning. Texas leading by 1 run. Crimson Tide up next. Yeah, appreciate you guys watching. Yeah. Jarvis likes the Rolling Home theme song. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I made all those songs too, so we've been busy. Yeah, April, May. I think it's kind of a time to get ready for the coming year, and who knows? I mean, the shows. What's crazy is the show, in my opinion, has evolved even in the last 3 weeks. So who knows what happens during the season? You know what I'm saying? Man, there's a lot going on too in the world. We got what? The alien stuff, the hantavirus. What's crazy to me is the hantavirus. I knew about the hantavirus from a long time ago, like the early 90s, because when I lived in New Mexico, that was like a thing, you know? It was like 1992 or something like that. Wild. To think it's been like that long, and now it's like, I don't know if it ever left or if it came back, whatever, I don't know. And then the alien stuff, I don't know. I mean, the stuff that I've seen looks like the same footage that we've seen from the last 50 years. It's like film. You know what's crazy about the alien stuff is we have all this. Everybody has like the best phone, the best camera. You know what I'm saying? But every single piece of footage is still like, everything is blurred. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. This team has 89 home runs. That's crazy. 2012 had almost 100 home runs. Wild. All right. Bottom of three. See if Bama can manufacture some runs. You know, it's kind of always like sometimes people say hitting is kind of a thing for this squad. I don't know. I mean, look who you're going up against. Caven, the pitcher. You know what I'm saying? She's throwing gas. 70 miles an hour right there. Her ERA is 1.8 over the last, 8 games. We got Salyn Hawkins up at the plate for Bama. 1-2 is the count. Ball is fouled up and away. Oh, this is cool. It got like a team hitting summary. Texas is 6 of 15. Bama is 1 of 7. So that's the difference right there. I mean, Bama just can't hit. Cavan so far is like, here's the pitch. Inside, kind of jabbed her, and that is going to be a foul ball. 1-2. Oh, man. Yeah, what are gas prices for you guys? Here in Tuscaloosa, where are we at? Like, I think we're at 419. I think we're at 419. There's the pitch right there. Didn't even swing. 5th strikeout for Caven. Man, wild. Cavan is on fire. Yo, 5 strikeouts. Got a hit. Cavan. 2-1. Bottom of 3. Thank goodness for that home run in the first, right? We hadn't even been on base. Pitch to the outside. It's going to be 1-1 is going to be the count. Pitch is in, and that's going to be fouled away. It's going to be 1-2. One and two is the count. Here's the pitch. Oof, another strikeout for Cavan. 6 strikeouts. Man, yikes. Oof. Another strikeout. All right, 2-1, 2 outs, 2 strikeouts. Still throwing gas, 70 miles an hour. That's her 40. She's only thrown 44 pitches. Jenna Young is 0-1. The first time she was up, she struck out. Bottom of 3. There's the pitch. It's going to be hit high and away and just escapes over the left field fence, and that's going to be a foul ball. Count is 1-1. Fromm says it's $4.99 for premium. Man, $4.99. That's a lot. You got a 22-gallon tank. I mean, that's what, $112. Pitch is up. It's going to be a ball, so it's going to be 2-1. That's going to be hit up to center. It's deep. Didn't get enough of it, and that's going to be out, and that's going to retire the side. And end the inning, Texas 2, Bama 1 in Lexington for the SEC title game. Longhorns riding off Tegan Coven. And they are, what does she have, 6 strikeouts? Is that what she has? I think she has. Cavan has, let's see. Man. Yeah, she has 6 strikeouts, Cavan. All right. Well, gonna have to hit if you want to win. 28. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you guys always rolling through. Rain or shine. Do you guys want me just to, I'm always like, should I do, what can we do here? You can do softball, or I could do another video on the running game. How can Alabama fix the running game on this video? And tomorrow we'll break down the secret to Alabama running the ball. And the day after that, what does Ryan Grubb need to do to run the ball? Oh, all right. So we are entering the 4th. Angel is saying, Kyle, go Knicks. Knicks going to the Eastern Conference Finals tomorrow. Top of the 4th. Couple more innings to go. Man, for as much excitement, this softball game's been, it's been a good softball game. I mean, at this level, in a game like this, you're going to get your best pitchers. We all know that. And it's going to likely be a low-scoring contest. All right, so Vic Moten is the new pitcher for Bama. And Ephraim has the Madden Seahawks versus the 49ers. Ooh, I like that. Steve, what's up, man? Steve says the ladies need to win this one. They have carried our sports well so far this season. Yeah. Nearly 50 games won, right? Moten is on the mound for the tie down, place of Brisky. 1-1 is the count. Now it's 2-1. Top of the fourth. Texas up by 1. Man, wow pitch to the outside by Moten. That's good thing no one was on base. You know, Brisky threw a ton of pitches, and then they just were able to get 6 hits on her, and she got pulled. Moten's in. And against Texas the last time, she had, they racked up 3 runs on her, so I don't know. 3-1 is the count. Now 3-2. All right, Crimson, one more time, says Kyle, I got the Knicks going to the NBA Finals. Book it. Awesome, man. That's a strikeout for Moten. Throwing the gas right there. Gets the outside. Nice pitch. And that's 1 down. One out for Texas. Terrell, what's up, man? Appreciate you joining through. Thank you so much. 2-1. Trying to get some runs manufactured. If you missed it, Bama got on board by blasting one in the first inning. That was Pupillo. Sent one to right field deep. It was a monster shot. Texas got on board. They got a couple runs on Brisky. They could have done more damage. They really could have. It's 2-1. I think the storyline has been Texas pitcher. Tegan Kavan. She has 6 strikeouts. Hit his second baseman and unable to field it cleanly. I don't know if Young's been having an off game. I don't know. This, I don't watch a lot of softball games, but it's kind of that's a tough play right there. I think you come up here. You probably got to make that play. Tried to scoop it, couldn't get it cleanly, and Texas gets another base hit. I don't know, right? Yeah, Terrell, that's what's up, man. Yo, Dirty South, I don't know, dude. The aliens, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't seen anything that, I'm like, okay. Oh, so they're going to bunt, and that's going to be a foul. 0-1 is the count. Yeah, thanks, Terrell. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Tisdale. I like that last name. Reporting from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Kyle Tisdale. You know what's name I really think I should go with? Is Kyle Cortez. That sounds so much. Doesn't that sound fire? Coming to you from beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Kyle Cortez. That just sounds dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have, like, their on-air names. Another foul ball. Count is now 1-2. And what's crazy is we have Austin Cortez inside the chat. He's not here now because he just had a baby. 1-2 is the count. You have a runner on first. And here's a pitch from Moten. Oof. 72 miles an hour? Sheesh. Wayman Tisdale. Okay. I used to work with some folks that thought I would. That's going to be another foul ball. 2-2 is the count. Runner on first. Come on. We need some runs. We need a little bit of defense. I like how the banner still says Feel Good Friday. Woof, man, that is some smoke. 72 miles an hour. Yo, Moten with 2 strikeouts. That was the great call. Good job, Murphy, putting her in at the perfect time. And 2 up, 2 down. Yo, she's doing smoke. Two outs. We got a runner on first. Here's the pitch. It's low. The runner going to stay at first. Katie Stewart up on deck. And that is going to be a strike, 1-1. One and one is the count. It's pitch 18 for Moten. And that's going to get away from the catcher. That should advance the runner to second, which it does. So Texas has 2 outs, but now a runner in scoring position. You got to take care of this AB right here. Katie Stewart. She can turn on it quick. This is big right here. Come on, Moten, settle in. Here's the pitch. 2-1 is the count. It's going to be hit to third base, and that's going to be foul. Okay, I've never asked you guys this, but growing up, what was the best baseball game that you played? And, you know, I played baseball. Baseball games were my favorite games to play growing up. I loved Ken Griffey baseball. Here's the pitch from Moten. It's going to be outside. It's going to be a ball. It's going to be, is that a full count now? 3-2. Yeah. And on Xbox, from the Seahawks are leading the 49ers right now, 7-0. Ken Griffey baseball was unbelievable. It was such a fun game. There's a pitch. It's going to be fouled away. It's 3-2. Runners on now second for Texas. MVP baseball 2003 was unbelievable. Reverse flea flicker Wildcat. What's up? Thanks for rolling here. 3-2 is the count. Here's the pitch from Moten. And it's going to be hit to left, and that's going to be a fair ball, and that's going to advance a score for Texas. Great hit right there by Katie Stewart, staying alive on full count. Goes to left, fell just before the left fielder, got the throw in. I knew they had a runner in scoring position. I think you look at Moten, and how did that runner get to second? Well, there was a wild pitch, and then that led to Stewart beating Moten at that at-bat right there. Stewart turns on it, gets it to drop in left field, that scores a run. Texas goes up 3-1 on Alabama. That's good hitting. Stewart beat Moten right there, and that was it. And that's on Moten for that wild pitch earlier. And you look to those little things, you know, that's why it's so crucial. Someone gets in scoring position, you better get him out, or just put, I might have put Stewart on first base. You know, I don't know, you know, who's up next after Katie Stewart, but I put, in hindsight, and it's always better, but you put her on first, right? Then you come close the door. I don't know. 3-1. Runner on second. Still throwing gas, 72 miles an hour. Yeah, Deadly Beast 205 says, I think Texas is better team. Yeah, for sure. I mean, both these teams, man. Look, 40-game winners apiece, right? Excuse me. It always kind of seems like we get to this point in time and Bama can't put it together kind of like on the offensive side, right? Martinez up. 2-0 is the count. Nearly a wild pitch. And that is going to bring the count to 3-0. Man. Oh, man. 3-0 is the count. And they're going to put her on first. So you got a runner at first, a runner at second. 2 outs. Jarvis says, what if DeBoer and Oates both won their first natty the same year? Oh, yeah, the city just shuts down. Morgan Wallen comes back. Red Hot Chili Peppers. Fromm says 14-0. Yo, I mean, look, the Seahawks, they buried the Niners in the playoffs last year. That team did all the things that we need our team to do. played defense, got after the quarterback, ran the ball, right? Whether it's make-believe or it's in real life, I mean, those are always the core elements on how you win football games, am I right? All right, so we have a runner on first and second for Texas. The count is 1-0. We have 2 outs, but we just can't get out of this top of the inning. We're in the top of the 4th. Another wild pitch by Moten. Did it hit this girl? It hit her, and that's going to advance, and the bases are juiced. Man, Moten has been wild, man. We put her in, and she's come with the gas, but she's came with the lack of – that didn't hit her. Did that hit her foot? What? Did that hit her foot? Can we get a replay on that? Bases are juiced on Mo, and I just let her try to work her way out of it and trying to find some consistency. There's a pitch right there. It's going to be up, and I think they're going to let that go for a ball, and it's going to be 1-0 as the count. Reese Atwood, with bases loaded this season, she's 3 of 8. Pitch is low. It's going to be 2-0. Exactly what I would do. I wouldn't swing until she threw a strike. Think about this. Moten just came in this inning, and she's already thrown 31 pitches. And that's going to be high, popped up. Thank goodness. Oh, my goodness. We drop the pop-up. Our left fielder dropped the ball. I don't know if that was a sun issue or what happened. Dropped it, and that's going to score 2 runs. Unbelievable. What, was that a sun issue? Maybe it was. I don't know. She had the pop-up, and she just dropped it. Never seen anything like that. Crazy. Doesn't put it in the web. Oh, my goodness. Disaster. That was disastrous. A runner on second and third now. 5-1. 2 outs. Ball's what? Inside. It's going to be 1-0 is the count. Oh, my goodness. Crazy. One and one is now the count. Shoot, man. 5-1. That's a lot of damage in the 4th. Yikes. What's up, J24? Thanks for being here, bro. Yeah, you gotta do all the little things. And you kind of look to and look, it all comes back to the small things. Whether you're football, basketball, whatever it is, right? Wild pitch. Runner advances, right? 3-2. They get a run in. Okay, 3-1, not a big deal. Bases juiced. You hit a batter. Make the bases juiced. Pop up. Can't catch it. 2 more runs score. Two and 2. Kings Family Reacts jumps on board. What's up, Kings Family? Good to see you, bro. Wow, seems like we fold in big I hate to see it that way. But, you know, you get to these big moments, you got to come with it, right? Hope you guys are doing all right out in LaGrange, Georgia. That's going to be fouled away, and it's going to be 2-2 is the count. Let's get out of here. Man, Moen's almost thrown 40 pitches in the top half. Isn't that crazy? Here's the pitch. There you go. That's going to be a strikeout, her 3rd strikeout of the game, and that retires the side. And some damage done. 3 runs for the Longhorns, and now they lead the Alabama Crimson Tide 5-1 going into the bottom of the 4th. Bottom of the 4th. So plenty of game left, but the way that Kavan has been pitching. I mean, what is she? I got 6 strikeouts. Got to be able to get the bat on the ball and manufacture, at least put people in scoring position, right? Man. So, I mean, breaking down a game like this is pretty easy to me. I think when you look to this game, clearly the number one factor has been Kavan and her pitching ability with 6 strikeouts. That's point number 1. Point number 2 is Texas has been able to hit Bama, right? Brisky goes out. They had, 5 hits on her, whatever, and then Moten comes in, and they're able to, hit the ball or at least get hit by a ball to get on base there. And Texas has been able to win some matchups against pitchers, right? And on top of that, Bama doesn't do itself any justice when on the defensive side, they haven't made some plays that I think they should have, especially Young at second base. And then with your left fielder, you have a pop-up that would end the side and you drop it in 2-run score. So that's how we got to 5-1. And Alabama, the only way that they got it on board was a home run by Alexis Pupillo in the bottom of the first. Other than that, Alabama hasn't been able to really manufacture any type of offense. So I don't know. Maybe it gets going here in the later part of the game. I just have to wait and see. Oh, man. That was a smash, though, by Pupillo, not going to lie. Hope you guys are enjoying your Saturday and your weekend. Kavan still throwing smoke up top. She got 6 strikeouts. Is 1-0 is the count. That ball looked outside too. It's going to be 2-0. There's the pitch, and that is going to find the plate, and that is 2-1. Bottom of the 4th right here. If you're just joining us, Texas has been able to manufacture more runs than Bama. The last inning, they got 3 based off. Did they give Bama air? Yeah, I think they give the left fielder an air on that, which led to 5-1. Kavan has been nearly, I wouldn't say impossible to hit, but he's done a really good job today on the mound for the Longhorns. And here we are at 5-1. 2-2 is the count. Here comes Kavan. Inside. Nice play by the third baseman, but they're unable to hold on to it. And Alabama's able to, thankfully, get to first base. Yeah, I mean, it was a really good play by the third baseman, right? Inside jam on the pitch, picks it up, throws it across body. Really good play. That's just the error. I don't think they're going to give her an error right there, but I think clearly that's like an error by the first baseman not being able to scoop it in. Should have been an out. All right, so we got Pupillo. All right, so Pupillo went deep in the first. I mean, like deep. 300 feet, close to it. So, good scoring opportunity right here for us. 0-1 is the count to Pupillo. Got a runner on first. Oof. Man, that looked good right there. It's going to be 1-1. Might have been a little bit inside. Pupillo versus Cavan. Love to see it. Here comes the pitch, 1-1. It's going to be hit up the middle. Cavan knocks it down. It's going to throw it over to first base. That's going to be an out. Runner advances to second base. Runner advances, Pupillo with the sacrifice, and we have a runner at least in scoring position for this SEC Softball Championship Saturday. Ball is fouled, and it's going to be 1-1 is the count. Pitch count now up to 57 for Cavan. 6 strikeouts. Wow, look at all those people. Man, that's a lot of people. Hit out to the outside. It's going to pop up to third baseman, and that is going to advance a runner, and that's going to be a hit by Alabama. Good pickup right there, and now we have runners on the corners. That was just a fiery hit over to the third baseman. How are you going to make a play like that, right? Man, some of these plays that I think the infielders have had to make are tough, man, because it's just such a short distance. That ball hit the third baseman's leg, popped up in the air. All right, so Alabama with runners at the corners right now. Huge scoring opportunity for the Tide. At the plate is Atwood. Oh, I'm sorry. It's Giles. Giles, my bad. Giles, who is 0-1, 385 batting average. Good eye right there for Giles. It's going to be 2-0. Runners at the corners. Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know about the delivery or anything like that, bro. I just like turn it on, and if it works out, you know, it works out. But thank you so much, bro. Bama Bell, what's up, man? Thank you. Or Bama Bell, what's going on? Appreciate you being here. Thanks for watching. Yeah, and appreciate it, Jarvis. I try to, you know, I've grown up watching so much sports, you know, so I try to like emulate what I've heard of growing up, if that makes sense. 2-1 is the count. Runners at the corners. There's the pitch. Looks to be outside, and that's going to be 3-1. Three and 1 is the count. That's going to be outside, and we got bases loaded for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Huge right here with the tying runner coming to bat, right? And now you have Vandegrift. Vandegrift in this game, 0-1, batting average, 312. .27 RBIs this season. There's a pitch to the outside, and she's behind off gas from Cavan. And it is going to be 0-1 is the count with the full house on deck. Behind again. Wow, come on, Vandegrift. 0-2 quickly. Bases are juiced. Bama hasn't had this much momentum the entire game. Here's the pitch outside. Kavan right now controlling this matchup. 1-2 is the count. Pitch 66 for Kavan. She takes a deep breath. She's on the mound. Bases are juiced. 5-1. Texas leading Alabama in the SEC championship. Bottom of the fourth. Here's the pitch. Outside again. 2-2. Try to get her to chase. Doesn't bite. Good eye for Vandegrift. 2-2. And the catcher comes to the mound to talk to Kavan. You know, I think this inning they're showing she's thrown 10 balls, 10 strikes, a total of 20 pitches. This is the most volume that she's had. She's at 67 pitches. You can see some sweat kind of coming on her brow from the TV broadcast. And, hey, like, this is a pressurized situation. So she's been great all day. She's really controlled this game. Now facing Vandegrift with the bases juiced. Let's see what happens. Here's the pitch, 2-2. And that's going to be a strikeout. Vandegrift never had a chance. Never looked confident at that at bat, in my opinion. Very disappointing performance right there by Vandegrift. That's going to be the 7th strikeout of the day. I mean, she was behind in every single facet. Wow. Didn't like that at bat at all. 5-1. Bases still juiced. 2 outs. There's the pitch to Taylor. Ambry Taylor, 1 of 4 this season with the bases juiced. She has 35 RBIs. She struck out 23 times this season, but does have 11 home runs. There's the pitch. It's inside. Low, and that's going to be 1-1. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be fouled back behind the catcher. It's going to be 1-2. Pitch count at 71 for Kavan. Man, I hate to get out of here with the bases juice and nothing, right? I mean, this is as good as it gets for a scoring opportunity. Here's the pitch. Behind and struck out again. My goodness. Another strikeout ends the inning. 8 of the last 16 batters have struck out against Kavan. Man, that was right there. And Kavan's able to close the 4th inning with a strikeout. 2 consecutive strikeouts. Bama had runners on first, second, and third and cannot capitalize with even 1 run. We go into the top of the 5th with Texas leading 5-1 over the Alabama Crimson Tide on this Saturday SEC championship game between Texas and Alabama. Wow. Oof, man. You get the bases juiced, and you can't come with it. Coming up for Texas as they lead by 4. Alyssa Sneed, who was 1 of 2 with the batting average of .279, followed by J.C. Nichols, 1 of 2 with the batting average of .333, and then Ashton Maloney, a little lefty, 1 of 1, .294 batting average. So that's 7-8-9, and still on the mound for Alabama, Vic Moten, who's really struggled. You know, that was her first inning that she came out and she threw a lot of pitches. She's already at 39 pitches. She did have 3 strikeouts. When there was a lot that happened when she was in, though. There was 3 runs. There was an error, right? There was 2 hits, 1 base on ball, and that all happened in the top of the 4th, right? So top of the 5th we go. And let's see if, I guess best case we get out of here. I mean 7, 8, 9, right? Get out of here. 3 up, 3 down. It's going to be hit deep to center, and it's going to be 1 out for Texas. Man, that ball was crushed. Man, you kind of just go back in time. How big was that drop by our left fielder, right? I mean, that allowed 2 runs. I mean, 5-1 is a lot different than 3-1. You know what I'm saying? And to think that we had bases juiced. Brock, what's up, man? Thanks for rolling through. Pitch is low and away. It's going to be 1-1 in the count. Maloney at bat. J.C. Maloney, 1 of 2. Oh, Nichols. And that is another out. Hit over to left, and the left fielder comes over and makes a quick out on the play. And 2 out. Yep. I was hoping, because you got the back end of the lineup, those 7, 8, 9 coming up. I mean, first out, second out, and now you have the number 9 batter in the lineup. Maybe you get out of here as well. Maloney on the season, who's at bat right now, just 294 with 14 strikeouts on the season. Here's the pitch by Moten. That's going to be right down the pipe, and that's going to be a strike. Count is 1-1. There's the pitch. It's going to be fouled away. Catcher makes a nice catch off the netting. It's going to be 1-2. 2 outs already for Texas. Be able to get this very quick. Top half of the inning, we go to the bottom of 5. Here's the pitch from Moten. It's 1-2. And that's going to be a, come on, call it. Call it. Says she didn't go. That looked like she went to me. And number 1, that looked like a strike. 2-2 is the call. Murphy doesn't look stressed whatsoever. He's been here a time or 2. 28th season coaching. That's crazy. Here's the pitch from Moten. That's outside, and it's going to be 3-2. It's going to bring up full count. Miss Nicole has just checked in. Appreciate you being here. Full count. And that's going to be hit to the center fielder. It's deep, and it's going to be recorded as an out once again. So Alabama, 3 up, 3 down. And that's exactly what you needed for the Alabama defense, right? So Moten gets in, gets out, stays fresh. And now Alabama down by a daunting 4 against Cavan, who's been a fantastic pitcher with already 8 strikeouts in this game. Maybe the offense can get something manufactured as the Tide goes into the bottom of the 5th, trailing Texas 5-1. Boom, boom, boom. Jarvis says we're going to embarrass some teams if Keelan Russell, number 1 quarterback with all the weapons that we have. Like a Johnny Manziel Heisman year. Put up 63 on Auburn at the barn. I think we have some immense firepower. we all know the same thing, man. It's like the quarterback should be fine. The running back should be fine. And if it all comes together, shoot, those first 5 games be very promising, right? If I'm coach and I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm going like heavy weeks 1 through 5 with the offensive attack to build up a lot of confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't hold back. I score as many points as possible. I get all these guys experience. I score a lot of points, and I try to find that rhythm for the second half of that season. And I try to stay healthy at the same point, which sometimes you can't help, right? But that may be another thing that we really haven't talked about is like the secret factor to Alabama being good in the second half is staying good in the first half of the season, right? Am I right? What if you don't go in the second half of the season healthy? You know how difficult that is. Tegan Kavan still on the mound. Shoot. We're going to the bottom of 5. Wow. She's already pitched 3 days? What do you do to your arm? You just, because I know everyone's arm's going to get sore regardless of what type of motion it is, but still, right? Hawkins up at bat for Alabama. 290 average. 38 hits this season, slugging percentage 412. 0-2 is the count, quickly falling behind. Kavan with the pitch. It's going to be jammed inside and it's going to be caught by the shortstop, and that's an out. One away. Next up at the plate, center fielder White for Alabama. So far this game, she is 0-1. Batting average on the year, 323. Pitch count for Kavan, 75. First pitch is a ball. Kristen White tonight, 0-1 with the strikeout. Bama Bell points out Kavan is killing us today. Yeah, absolutely. 8 strikeouts, right? Been on fire. Here's the pitch, floating away. That's going to be a strike. Puts it count at 1-1. Here's the pitch from Kavan. That's going to be outside, and that's going to be a ball. 2-1 is the count. And it's going to be a little topper, but a great play by the shortstop. And it's going to be safe. Wow, what a man! That's just Division I softball right there. It basically was a little bouncer to the shortstop. Shortstop makes a play, fires a bullet to first, but Miss White has wheels on wheels, and she's able to beat the throw. Wow, that's elite level. So I don't care what sport you're doing. Division I is a whole different world, and most people never experience it. That was an incredible play by the shortstop, Miss White, everybody. That was amazing. So Alabama has a runner on first, and I like our speed right here. So it's almost about getting the ball to Oppo, moving her around, and just kind of getting some momentum right there. Here comes the catcher to talk to Kavan. And with White's speed, she can any type of missed ball or anything. I'm green light. In the bullpen, Miss Gutierrez, right? She's already warming up for the Longhorns, as Kavan's pitch count is at 81. That was crazy. Fast. 2-1's the count. Up the plate is Young, who on the day in 2 at-bats is 0-2. 325 average on the season. We got White on first base. 3-1 is the count. Here's the pitch from Kavan. It's going to be up and away, and it's going to be a foul ball. Oh, man. This is 3-2 is the count. Here's the pitch. Another strikeout. Couldn't catch up with it. Yo, Kavan with her 9th strikeout. Couldn't catch up to it. White's had a tough game. Whew. Oh, man, just swung underneath it. Behind, swung underneath it. Wow. And that's another strikeout. 9 strikeouts. All right, Wells is also 0-2. Hits it over to the second baseman. Second baseman is shortstop. And that is going to end the inning. We go to the top of the 6th. And Texas with a strong lead on Bama. 5-1. Wow, crazy. Well, fam, as you know, it's the 6th inning. So that means that you got to get up. Stand up, everybody. And you got to do... What are they doing now? They're doing the chicken dance. We did what was it? What did we do today? At workouts that little kids did? Oh, man. Top of the 6th. I don't know, fam. How do you come back? Well, maybe you get maybe if Kavan dips out, I think they'll probably keep her in. I don't know. They were already warming up their other pitcher, Gutierrez, so maybe she comes in and maybe she's not as on fire as Kavan. I don't know. With 9 strikeouts is crazy work, regardless of whatever you're doing, right? So, I don't know how this game ends or whatever, but I just, appreciate you guys rolling through and showing up today. Thank you so much. Hope you guys have enjoyed the broadcast and are enjoying your weekend. All right, so top of the 6th. Caden Henry at bat. She's 0-3 of the night for Texas. Moulton still on the mound for Alabama. 1-0 is the count. We've just started the top of the 6th. Alabama trails Texas 4-1. 1-1 is now the count. Moulton just got in the 4th, and her pitch count is already 51. Little hit to the third baseman. She's going to fire it over, and that's going to be the first out of the top of the inning. Really good play right there by the third baseman. Great play. All right, next up for Texas is Katie Stewart, who was the 2026 SEC Player of the Year going against Moen. Big swing, and she's going to miss. 0-1 is the count. Katie Stewart this year, why is she the MVP? Well, I'll tell you, she had 24 home runs. this year. 62 RBIs. Batting average 434. Takes a low pitch. It's going to be 1-1 as a count. This is a crazy matchup. Moten versus Stewart. 1-1. Here's the pitch in. It's going to be high. Good eye right there by Stewart. It's going to be 2-1. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be popped up and out of play. Nice catch right there by the man in the yellow hat. Like Curious George. Yo, did you know the Savannah Bananas? Did you know if you hit a foul ball and a fan catches it, it counts as an out? Isn't that crazy? What a wild rule. 2-2 is the count. Katie Stewart at bat. Low, wild pitch, and it is now full count. You know, last time it was full count against Stewart, she put one in left field and drove in a run, right? Yeah, because this game she's 2 of 3 with the RBI, and she scored a run. 3-2. Katie Stewart at the plate. Here's the pitch from Moten. And that is crushed. Oh, my goodness. That's out of here. Katie Stewart, the SEC MVP of the year, smashes one. 255 feet to left field with a velocity speed of 80 miles an hour. And she went low and took it over the left field fence for a big home run to put Texas up 6-1. Yikes. Told you. I mean, MVP for a reason. Another little C-nice single for Texas, and they advance the runner to first base. And that's a single by Martinez. Next up, Good for the Longhorns. And we have fired up the bullpen as Moten is already approaching 60 pitches. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. Missed on the bunt, I guess. Wow. That was a bomb. Foul ball. Foul ball. 6-1. Holy cow. Oh, 2, and that's going to be another foul ball out to the right field fence. I mean, just pull Moten already. What are you waiting for? To be honest, I mean, you got one out. You're 0-2. I mean, depending on what happens with this batter, I already take her out. There, you take her out 100%. 0-2. I mean, maybe you finish up this, but I mean, you just had another runner advance from first to second. I mean, this is the second time. I mean, you can't be giving up bases like that. Another foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Come on. Oh, my goodness. Ball in the dirt. 2-2. Seventh pitch of the at-bat Here's the pitch. Hit down the third base line. It's going to be a foul ball. Two and two. Score is 6-1 with Texas leading Alabama. 1 out here in the top of the 6th. And here's the pitch from Moten. And that is a foul ball, fouled and away into the dirt. Wow, how many, what is this, 10 pitches in this at bat? Pitch number 68 coming. Oh, fired, and it hits Moten right in the stomach. Oh, my goodness. Hit her literally right in her stomach. I hope she's okay. Oh, my goodness. It looks like she's poor young lady. Oh, my goodness. It literally hit her like where your belly button is. Oh, my God. I can't imagine the pain. Yikes. Bama fans just do a couple tears, which is understandable. You cry too if a softball hits you in your stomach. Can you imagine that? It's like a cannonball. Jeez. Ouch. She's going to be okay, though. She's fine. I just take her out. She's done for the day. Take her out. She came in and, I mean, she was put in a tough situation, and Texas kind of just took opportunities from her. You know, she didn't have the best outing. I mean, Texas hit Brisky. They hit Moten. I mean, they're taking her out, and she's done for the day. Yeah. Thank goodness. Yeah. Ouch. Shoot. Okay, so Moten's done for the day. Makes sense. I understand it. God. Poor girl. Do you know how bad that probably hurt? A softball to the stomach. And think about this, okay? They said Katie Stewart, we're on commercial break. They said Katie Stewart, just think about this. Her exit of the home run was 79 miles an hour, okay? That means she just got hit with a softball, 79 miles an hour probably to her stomach. That's wild. All right, so when we get back in action, we're still in the 6th. The top of the 6th. And we just have 1 out, and Texas now has runners at the corner. Alabama will go to Caitlin Paluzzi, who this season is 8-0. Wow. So she's 8-0, and she has an ERA of 1.6. Okay, so let's see what happens. 6-1. I mean, it's do or die time right now. Pop. Ouch. $80 miles an hour. All right, so top of the 6th. Paluzzi now pitching for Bama. And we got runners on the corners. She's inside the circle. 6-1. Texas leads, and here's the pitch from Pupillo. It's up top, and it's a strike. Going against Reese Atwood, who is 1 of 3 on the day with a single. Second pitch is up high, and 68 miles an hour. It's going to even the count at 1-1. Next pitch is in the dirt, and runner advances. So now we have runners at second and third with just 1 out. Pupillo on the mound, taking over from Moten, who got hit in the stomach with a softball. And that ball is hit deep to left. Left fielder makes a good catch, throws it, hits the relay, and a run is going to score, and a runner is going to advance. So that's a sacrifice RBI, and it is Texas 7, Alabama 1. Atwood with the sacrifice RBI, and Texas adds another here in the top of the 6th. Really good hit right there by Atwood. 7-1. Yikes. Atwood goes and puts on the catcher's gear. There's a nice pitch inside to even the count at 1-1. Hannah Wells up right now for Texas. Actually, count is 2-0. I thought that was a strike. They called it a ball. 2-0. Pupillo fires into the ground. It's going to be 3-0. Got a runner on third. I guess he just put her over, right? You got 2 outs for Texas. Here's the pitch. That's going to be fouled away. 3-1 is the count. 8 different players with the hit. Kavan, 9 Ks. Katie Stewart. I mean, those are easy metrics to understand why Texas is winning this game, right? There's another hit, and that is deep, but that's going to be handled by White in the center field, and that is going to close the top of the inning. Texas scores 2 in the top of the 6th. They lead Alabama 7-1. Going into the bottom of the 6th, I don't know. We'll see what Alabama can do here late in the game. They're just 3 of 19 batting. That's 158. Whereas Texas on the other side, 11 for 29 at the plate, 379, right? Alabama struck out 9 times. Texas only struck out 4 times. Runs in scoring position, get this. Bama, 1 of 3. Texas, 4 of 12. So, I mean, the game could be the marginally, bigger score. Texas left some on board, right? 7-1 is the score. Let's see what we got coming up for Bama. I don't know where we're at in the lineup. Anyways, Kavan probably still pitching. Should probably finish this game or at least get, through this inning. And Peaches. What's up, Peaches? Come on. Come here, baby. Come here, baby. Ooh. Peaches has joined the broadcast. Peachy's on the show. Indiana 3, Bama 0. Peachy's is tired of this game. Hey, Pearl, why don't you come over here? All right, so bottom of the 6th. Hey, Pearl. All right, Kavan still giving it the gas. That's who I thought was up. We have Pupillo up. Homered in inning 1, and then after that, it kind of went flat, right? 7-1 is the score, and Pupillo misses on a off speed. Yeah, that was 59. She went down from 71 to 59 on that off speed pitch. Impressive. Pupillo 1-2 tonight. Got that solo home run. Here's the pitch. 1-1 is the count. Here's Kavan. Tosses it in, and that is deep. Oh my goodness. That could, I mean, if that was straightened out, that might have been close. I don't know if it might have been short by like a foot. She could have had 2 home runs. That was a massive shot to right field, just high and to the right, a little too much. She got a hold of it though. Oh, 7-1. Here's the pitch. 1-2 is the count. Ball's in the dirt. 2-2 is now the count. Pitch number 90. And another strikeout. Got her looking away, got her chasing. That's her 10th strikeout tonight for Kavan. Wow. What a pitch. Had her chasing, was low and away. Nice pitch right there. Good combination. I mean, she hit 71, she hit 58. She was all over the place. Good control as well. Bottom of 6. Wow. This is a tough one. Oh, man. Here's Kavan. Another pitch. Another. Oh, my God. They cannot hit this girl. 8th game with 10 strikeouts this season. Tied most in the SEC. Not surprised. How is this team lost? Who beat this team? I know Bama beat them earlier in the year, but this team is legit. Pop out right here, and that's going to be the 2nd out of the inning. We got some Stanley Cup playoffs, right? Sabres, Canadians, the Golden Knights, and the Ducks, Game 4. Did the Golden Knights hang on to that game last night? I know they were up 2-0 on the Ducks. 7-1, pitch count 94. Here's the pitch, and that is going to be a strike. I don't know. Pitch is high, and that is going to be ball. Oh. 1-1's the count. Here's the pitch from Kavan. It's going to be hit to left field, and that's going to end the inning. 7-1. Man, you guys are ride or die sticking around for this one. 7-1 going into the top of 7. So we'll go the entire way. Right here. Seven to 1. Top of 7. I appreciate you guys. I didn't anticipate it going like this. I'm going to have to gut it out. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you guys. Maybe by the time they reach the championship game, like the NCAA championship, we can have some more people come on board. I don't know. 20. So let's see. This game started at 4:15. So it's been about a 2-hour game. This hasn't been that bad. I can't believe you guys are even on here watching this. That's what's up. That's amazing. Thank you for your support. I did not think it'd go like this. 7-1. All right, here we go. Top of the 7th. Let's gut it out. Come on, let's finish strong. Come on, lock in. Palazzi, pitch outside. It's going to be ball 1. Counter is down 1-1. Here's the pitch from Palazzi. It's going to be ripped across, and that is going to be a single. Did they count that, or was that a foul ball? I think it was a foul. Just outside on the left. Otherwise, that would have been another single. I don't think that held up, though. The RPI rankings has Arkansas as the #1 team, then Alabama and Nebraska, followed by Texas. Shout out to the left is fouled again. Fromm is simulating Indiana versus Alabama, where Indiana is up on Bama at 10-7. Pitch is up top. That's going to be a ball. So it's 2-1. Pitch is popped up, and that is going to be handled by White in the center field, and that's going to be the first out of this top half. Who should be #1 in the NCAA tournament? I mean, wow. The RPI for the top 10 sounds like Alabama, but I don't know, how much this goes into it. Because Texas looks like the #1 team in this game. It's a little hit out to left field, and that's going to be out #2. So Palazzi retires too quickly. We got one more to go before we go into the bottom half of the inning. And that's kind of do or die time, right? 2 outs. And thank you very much for joining me today. I appreciate you guys rolling through on a Saturday. Ashton Maloney up to bat. He's got a single and a run earlier today. Bats 9th in the lineup. 0-1 is the count. Ball is low by Palazzi. And that is going to be 1-1 is now the count. Here comes the pitch. It goes right up through Palazzi. And that's going to be a single for Texas. That is Texas's 12th hit of this game. And that is going to be on the outside. So we have 0-1 is the count. Runners on first for Texas. Ball is low. Ball is high. That's a strike. 1-2. Hit to the outside, and that's going to be a single. And Texas now has runners on first and second. Oh, my God. Next up is Katie Stewart. She goes left, and that's going to be handled, and that ends the top of the inning. Good play by the third baseman. And we are going to the bottom half of the seventh. Vandergrift, Taylor, Hawkins. Let's see if Bama can get something going. Trailing 7-1. What y'all think? Okay, do we score 2 runs? No, seriously, do we score yes or no inside the comment box? Does Bama score 2 runs this inning? Yes or no? Do we score 2 innings? Do we score 2 runs, or do we have 2 strikeouts? There we go. Gotta finish in, gotta lock out. Come on. I will say that they will score. I'll go with the run. Why not? Feeling frisky. It's Saturday. I'll say they'll score 1 run and they'll strike out 1 time. Does that count? Thanks for hanging out, From. Appreciate you, bro. All right, here we go. Bottom of the 7th. Kavon still on top. Throwing gas, 69. Vandergrift is 0-2 up at the plate. All right, here we go. 0-1 is the count. Now 1-1. Ball outside. Just be patient. You don't have to get all the runs at one time. You just have to get on to first base. Ball is popped up. That's going to be a foul ball. Foul ball. And that is a shot out to right field. It's going to be handled, and that is the first out of the bottom of this inning. So Alabama with 1 out, 2 to go, and then this game is a wrap. Next up, the NCAA softball tournament, where Alabama, I guess, could be the first seed. I don't think they'll be the first seed, and not that it matters. I mean, you got to play much better than this, and if you face another pitcher like this, clearly, I mean, I think we all know what to do. You got to be able to get on base. Ball is popped up. 13 hits to 3? That's crazy. Oh and 1 is the count. Pitch is low, batter misses. That's a strike. Ambry Taylor is 0-2 tonight with the strikeout. And that's another strikeout by Kavan, her 11th strikeout of the night. Wow. Oof. 2 outs for Alabama. $11 Ks. Wow, that's wild. Okay, here we go. 104 pitches. Here's Kavan. Pitches. And it's a strike. Garrett Griggs from Phoenix City. Stand up. The freshman. 0-1. Couldn't catch up to it. Here's the second pitch. That's going to be fouled away. It's quickly 0-2. Could this be the rally of a century? And here is the pitch, and that's it. My goodness, 12 strikeouts, and this game is a final. As the Texas Longhorns have absolutely dominated the Crimson Tide by a score of 7-1, 13 hits to 3. And clearly, I mean, do we even need to do a recap of this game? I mean, everything that happened in this game had to do with Tegan Kavan, who had 12 strikeouts today. You also got to give it up for Katie Stewart, who is 3 of 5 today with a home run. She played fantastic, and she had 2 RBIs as well. I think for Alabama, right, we couldn't hit. Plain and simple. I mean, everybody was off against Kavan. And I haven't watched a lot of softball, but you got to be able to hit the ball. The losing pitcher for Alabama is Jocelyn Brisky, who is now 21-3 overall in 3 put innings. She had 6 hits, allowed 2. There was 2 earned runs, and she had 1 strikeout in this game. So, yeah, let me know if you guys are interested to see more down the road softball content. I've never called a softball game before, so appreciate the grace. And I'm always trying to practice to get better and stuff like that. But I appreciate it. Sorry it wasn't the result that you wanted, but, that's how it goes at this level. The SEC title game, you got to be tightened up. You got to lock in at all sorts of levels. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. I need some dinner, all right, because that left me unfulfilled. So I'm going to eat some dinner. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. I see you guys as news happens right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching the broadcast. Roll Tide to you.